Prepare for battle.
That went well, I think.
Thank you, lads. And just let me start out by asking the important question. Now, Pycat, I believe there was some curiosity. If you were a betting man, which team would you put money on here?
If I were a betting man, you know, obviously I would probably put my money on Viking here. I just I kind of like their recent. I feel like they have sort of, I don't know. They don't have their Venge Drow Ranger, but I feel like they have a pretty fast lineup. They've got Boom with the Dash. I don't know. I think they have pretty strong lanes. I think the Nigma draft is like it's pretty greedy. You know, the one thing is like Teacup, he said that, you know, like the pressure's on Nigma, and they've got this sort of, you know, 4 protect 1, but it's miracle, you know.
That
Could happen, you know. Definitely happen, but I would probably have to go.
Yeah, no, it like they said, you kind of got to pop off. You got to take control of the game from a very early point. I believe when they saw the Mirana, there was kind of some quizzing around that. I think as Zari said, you know, when you see a Mirana, how do you know it's a good game? My thought was when Pycat is playing it, but I think GH is a reasonable substitute. He can be this kind of pos 4 that shoot arrow, hit arrow, deliver game, right?
Yeah, all of my noteworthy Mirana performance. Nah, I think GH he knows this hero quite well. They're gonna start off by just tri-laning up here. Oh, a nice decision. I think they won't really be able to put on a lot of pressure on this Timber. They're just gonna give him solo levels. Omni Knight PA can't really do much to this guy. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna farm down here. Get some more levels. Ideally, you can try to pressure the Mars a bit top.
I was just gonna say, that kind of feels like the recurring theme whenever you see these Omni Knight lanes, right? It's usually you're better investing your interests elsewhere because it is kind of the ultimate defensive support right now.
I mean, it's just a hero, you know, like, he doesn't really do all that much. Yeah, level 1, but, you know, you can go up and you use mutation, right? You trade.
Yeah.
The heroes, but that's about it, right? As soon as Timber gets level, your impact is just gonna be pulling, basically. You could even rotate to top, you know. I think he's not gonna be too happy.
Nicely done by Toby. Made sure that Aramis wouldn't get hit by the follow-up stuns. So you can see they're already fishing. I get where you come from. It's that kind of thing, like, do you really need another person in this bot lane if you're Nigma? Like, there's no, it's a Timber to begin with, but then also there's not really any kill threat for Viking here. Well, there should be.
No, you know, I would be very surprised if he died in this lane. I don't really think. Get your level 3, start pressuring it. Once you get to 6, you know, P is gonna feel kind of uncomfortable for a bit.
Meanwhile, in that top lane area, you can already see GH just trying to make sure he doesn't get greedy on the XP, and this is the wonderful thing about playing Mirana. No true responsibility. If you miss an arrow, just go back to hitting creeps in the jungle, because you'll always get your levels, and you're not going to sit on the lane just sapping XP away.
Yeah, he can just sort of hover around the mid-top area. Hit an arrow, maybe you hit an arrow, the Lesh dies. But catch one top, maybe you get it. Walking around. I think the nice thing about it is, you know, when they actually do have this Omni in the bottom lane, where you actually don't suffer at all from not having your... Kind of nice. Allowed to do this. No pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, for the first kind of 10 minutes, it feels like Nigma, they can just kind of poke around. They kind of have to fish for kills, but at the same time, like, the static flow isn't going to necessarily hurt them. Of course, there is a risk once Viking gets past the laning phase. They could group up very quickly and kind of accelerate, right? With the Leshrac and the Mars, there's an ability to push for early objectives here.
Yeah, there might be some. It's pretty hard to tell, I think. Actually, I mean, we were talking a little bit about the hammer actually should
for some reason.
15 talent. Yeah, I mean, GA should be just
Are we? He's in trouble. Okay, they can't quite get him. Maybe now, though, they'll try and chase down. It looks like he will get away with this. He's under tower, a lot of armor, and the fairy fire just about saves him. Yeah, well, that's happening. They actually find a big pick top. Sven, even though Nigma have 3 heroes here, they're the ones giving over the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, this lane, they're very, very strong. I also like what Aram is. That allows him to right-click a bit harder. He's getting some mangoes and cloud. Continuously trying to hit, you know, while the Omni Knight and Timber don't really offer a lot in terms of strength. I mean, same kind of goes for the Magnus position 5, right? Both teams just have these two incredibly greedy 5. Their safe lanes are kind of weak. Miracle is suffering quite a lot more than Chad is.
Your kind of highlight was, you know, if anyone could do it, it's Miracle, but he's going to need some kills. They're trying to find one now, but nice spear away. Trying to turn, skewer back, will trap the 2. Aramis, beautiful LSA, means the GH will probably have to take the kill.
You make a fine
Still not getting that gold into the hands of Sven, and as a result, Toby should be able to kind of keep pace with that network for Sven as the lane continues. Ooh, nice rotation, no skewer. Skewer's gone.
Yeah, and you can Lesh gets the Van Rune. Top, you can reach Toby, Happy.
Top of the network right now. Like, he's looking at the other side. Mind Control's doing pretty well for himself as well. Difference is scaling here, right? Like, you know, you think about Timber, it's that first 20 minutes, try and draw as much attention. Mars, however, kind of that king of off-lane scaling in the recent patches.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely... few times, different people.
This one on the fort, not all times. I mean, Collapse has definitely shown us a new way of kind of dominating with this hero. With his usually it's like what, Blink or Yules, and then he goes back for a Dessa. A lot of flexibility.
Yeah, some Deso, Ags, BKB, whatever, you know.
Just your usual, you know, nothing too special.
Classic. That guy, I mean, he's eventually gonna get picked up. I would be surprised if he...
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a case of like getting picked up right now is a bit rough, obviously, with everyone waiting for details on the DPC. But hopefully we'll see a few more teams coming in to join the big boys like Nigma and Viking at the moment. It's like the Vikings are a kind of example of how you can't just start from scratch, though. Like, you don't have to get all these elite tier 1, have been around for years players in to make things work.
No, and I think Viking are a good kind of showing up. You don't need it.
Is under attack.
Like, if you have, you know, you have some strong ideas and some players who are willing to hard and improve, kind of just do your own. You can always can become, you know, Viking, and like they're a good top of the group.
You know, cheaper, lower expectations. I feel like we're kind of throwing the older generation of players that you're in, Pika, under the bus here. But new generation.
I mean, the thing is like this, right? Or they're doing well online events, right? Comes to LAN setting, highly
there we go.
That's where I feel like a lot of experience and, you know, kind of the maybe composure of some of the older can help these guys. That's why like a lot of the time you've seen, I mean, for example, like OGs LANs, right? They have these players, but have the older players.
Like they've had some success at LANs, you know. Just
but, you know, there. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's that kind of case of it gives you that anchor point, right? Because the setting on LAN compared to playing online, it's this day and night difference, right? There's so many small elements. I know, like we've discussed them before. That like the small things that, you know, as an average spectator, you don't even think of at the moment.
Courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That rotation, it looks like Vikings see the opportunity to actually pressure on the mid lane. They will actually get a lot of damage under this tower. I think one more will slip up around this mid, and that tier 1's going to be gone.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's starting to get some kind of the standard.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
3-2-2.
The maximum flexibility. You know, that kind of guy like, oh, I don't want to commit too hard to one star.
Radiant's
just leaves the door wide open, and now with the next level, you can kind of decide, hey, am I going to need to take loads of early towers, or can I just, you know, am I missing every stun and I need the easy mode?
The miracle here, like, aside from this early kind of pressure that was put onto him, like, this man gets a, like, nicer of a game. Like, he's got the Sven, got the Magnus, he found the broom handle, got some stacks for him.
Chad, he could just go for the TP. The Sol Ring's coming off cooldown, which might work against him. They'll cut through and just kill him off. He didn't realize that it was on cooldown from the Sol Ring. He hangs around too long and actually gives a kill that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
That's a pretty big kill too. Forfeit your tower. Then we'll saw.
Boom is at least making up for it elsewhere. Kuro is going to fall here. Light Strike Ray comes out. GH makes a big mistake here. Trying to move away, is able to get out. Now Weak chases in. Look at the kill. Will get Boom's Celery as well. Is going to be brought down. So they snipe out many kills in return for a +5 Magnus.
Yeah, Nigma are bouncing back quite a nice way here. You're going to get the stack before you base. Double. Likely. I mean, DH should know. He should know his timings. I would expect nothing less.
See, the real kind of enjoyable moment is when you're at a rank where like you do that pull and people are impressed, like, wow, double stack. It's like, nice. Yeah. I've been practicing it. Okay,
the benefits of low rank.
Hey man, it helps. It's not like that pesky Radiant triangle where even when they had the timers were a lie. You couldn't actually pull it at that time. It had to be later. I hate that one. I think we've all been there when you try and pull it to the right and it's like you have to do it very close to the minute mark.
Yeah, but back sort of to this thing that happened bottom here at Bo3. My control might be a little bit of trouble here.
Honestly, you can't sustain through that. They'll bring him down. They just don't want your analysis right now, Pycat. Like, no, blood must be spilled.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, now the Timber's gonna get tanky. He hasn't really, I mean, he needs to get this Ring of Health, right? When he gets to the hood, that's kind of the case where then he's gonna be really strong for quite a while in this game, you know. Level 9, soon to hit 10, he's gonna get this hood, and at that point it's gonna be really difficult to pressure him. He's gonna be able to buy quite a bit of time for Miracle here, who's now gonna take the top spot there, just after finishing stacks.
Which has still been occupied by Toby this entire time before that, right? Like, it's quite impressive how much gold he's getting on this Mars. And he's going to be pretty quick to a Blink Dagger timing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, Mars is one of those.
Radiant structures
getting the good start.
Dire's top tower
should match up with Wee's timing. Obviously, you know, Tiny's a little bit easier to just go for those casual ganks with a Blink Dagger. But in terms of the team fight potential, Toby getting his Blink around at the same time is going to give them that kind of 5-on-5 opportunity.
They don't really want to lose their tower. They also want to be able to start pressuring the...
That's painful in this game as well. Timber gets a tree, but Mars doesn't.
Wasn't too right.
I mean, you already mentioned this, Sven. Like, it definitely feels like Nigma got the better side of these tier 1 neutrals.
Yeah, what do we got? We got the Poorman Shield, we got the Arcane Ring, Ocean Heart. Oh, they got the Jelly though. You know, it's like,
that's okay. I guess the Arcane Ring works pretty well for Mars, right? A hero that usually has ginormous mana issues after the tweaks and nerfs around his mana pool.
Yeah, no, the Arcane Ring is... hidden intelligence like farmer and this... Even though it's only 75 mana, it feels like a lot.
Yeah, especially on certain heroes. Like, the kind of example here with Mars, right? Like, your mana pool gets expanded so much, and that's enough to just kind of refund your rebuke when you farm a wave. Well, sad. Just poking the Kuro on the top. Not a single goddamn crit. He has to be careful because they do have the RP. It just feels like they want to make a play around mid on both sides, but they're going to try now. Arena's going to go down. Mind Control gets trapped in. Maximize the time they'll be able to stun, but no, the chain! Mind Control. Screws with it. Means he doesn't get skewered against the wall, because that would have probably been a death with the rotation coming in from Viking.
Yeah, one thing that's, I would say, kind of impressive is look at the already level 9. Leshrac, he's level 9. Yeah, he's level 11. other two supports, level 7. Kuro's done a really good job at finding levels that...
Just gonna help that Sven accelerate forward because that means you can have the max out and power right at this stage so much earlier.
Yeah, I think he went for the pretty much the rush power.
Mid lane, we big call. He did fire on his blink dagger, but he is gonna die before he picks it up. Mind control able to just try his way through. I don't know if they can get this one. This one feels a bit more ambitious. They are gonna try. They just don't have the arena anymore, so it feels a little bit flimsy. They're gonna decide to try and back away from this. It's just a case if they get hit by an arrow, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, Miracle does have the Echo Saber. He's sort of ready to fight. I mean, if he has some power and the, you know, Echo Saber broom handle mess, he will deal a lot. Once God's strength. Really mixed up.
God's Guardians, you know, they're all religious. Well, guess what? We talk about the Sven, how well he started to farm. Look at Shad. He's actually about to complete the Battle Fury, so he will start to ramp up farm as well. And as we know, this hero is a bit ridiculous with its split pushing capabilities, courtesy of a built-in smoke. Shad. They got the arrow. They got the damage to kill him off the time. Marina's going to come out to protect it. Shockwave through, but it doesn't matter. They get the Heavenly Grace out. They'll turn around the Wii. They'll catch GH in the wall trying to leap away. You're also going to come out on the side. They do see the Magnus as well. Kuro, look at the RP opportunity. He's going to connect on the two. Miracle tries to charge in, but it's being slowed by Toby though. And there's going to be the GH coming out. They pin this Sven against the wall. They burst through the magic damage. Yes, they're going to lose the Lina, but they find this Sven killer. Mind control. There's still enough magic damage here that they can kill him off. As Boom is just going to kite him out a little bit. They'll move him with the slows coming through now. They have got a stun available, but they decide against using it. They just want to keep baiting him in because they know he's already dead.
Yeah, I like Boom. Boom's just like kind of dangling his body there. Just, you know, walking back and forth, just trying to dodge some timber spells, make sure he doesn't die, but so that Mind Control still wants to stay in it. Kind of a strange decision there. I'm not sure. Maybe they thought that the GA wasn't skilled there by Omni-Knight because, I mean, it looked like, you know, like Kuro got this decent RP off. They hit 2 targets. You get the Sven stun, you know, the follow-up. These targets, they would have died immediately, but I feel like you should maybe have anticipated the GA there. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice for Viking to win a fight at this point. This is going to mean that PA gets very early, which would in turn open up the Roche. And yeah, we has fallen off quite a bit here. You can see he's already, you know, bottom of the pack when it comes.
Yeah, his Blink Dagger hasn't really given him the ability to shine. So far, it's more of a Blink Dagger. I mean, he's got 1-2-1 as a score. And it makes you wonder, like, who's his easy pick off? I don't know if you can really ever go for Boom, and if the Omni Knight's anywhere nearby, he diffuses any initiation that you perform. Toby, toss back. He's going to hold him on the spot. He's going to spear one away. Stun's going to come out. Mind Control does move in, but it just feels like they desperately want to defend this tower. There's not really a pick opportunity for them.
Yeah, they want to hold on to this tower if the map is still closed a bit longer. But it's very hard to bring down these targets, even though, you know, you see Toby, he's staying like quite far forward. He even gets tossed back into Nigma, but they can't really bring him down with his purification, with the Heavenly Grace. This all is going to change once you get the Blink Dagger on the Magnus, because if that happens and they try to go and, you know, try to go into this little corner and help out their Mars, they will get ARP, but not quite there yet.
Mind Control walks into Toby. Green does go down. It's going to be for the start, but the jumping from Wii, they're going to punish it. Toby isn't saved. Celery did not have enough heal to keep him up, but Wii is going to be punished by Boom on the other side. The RP is going to come out. We'll skew him away just in time. Kuro being the savior here. Boom will at least snipe out Corey, but Miracle is coming. He needs to get out of this right now. He has got the Yules, but he doesn't use it. Just gone. Maybe that would have helped him a little bit, but the problem is with the Mirana there as well, you knew the arrow was coming either way. Nice take by Nigma. Will allow him to move into the pit.
Yeah, a very clutch play by him. Pretty much salvaging the whole situation. RP the Lesh, cures him away from Weeha, who gets to activate his Regen Rune. Yeah, they get to take a fight from there. Kuro is even higher level than us in mid.
Good lord. And you know, if things weren't going to go quick enough for this pit to find a DD as well, there's absolutely no way the Viking, even with those low respawn times, would be able to contest this. No, the upside for them is that the Shad has kept on farming. You know, he wasn't really part of that whole engagement, so he's gonna have the
He's gonna have the Deso completed now. He's also got the Impulse, so he's gonna be ready to deal a lot of damage. However, there is now the level 15 on.
Yeah. Suddenly Boom is going to feel pretty vulnerable now that he's, you know, not been able to continue to accelerate the way he would have hoped, especially the mid laner.
Yeah, and Mind Control also getting very close.
Oh, stun. Did get stunned though, he's getting chain stunned here. He might give over the first life. The stun's going to come out though. The Rena's going to go down to protect Boom. Weird, he did go in. He's going to die for it. They even used the GA to make sure there's no counter initiation. Shad is here, but no target seen. It's like Nigma. Won't give over more kills. Miracle's thinking about the reinitiation. It's not easy. They're just poking and prodding to see if everyone's still awake. And as they are, they'll have to allow Shad to back up.
Yeah, you don't want to initiate there. You don't have any... No God Strength. No Blink Dagger on Kuro.
Kuro's still some way off, you know. Credit to the dude for finding so much XP. Of course, the gold is the thing that he's lacking, is that POS 5 mag. And I wonder if I can kind of shift this up, right? Because right now they're being initiated on, but I feel like the fights that have been going wrong is they're kind of maybe over-fixating on this mind control Timber. Do you think that's maybe like what they need to change? The Timber Source shouldn't be your initiation target in these times?
I mean, I feel like initiating onto a Timber very rarely good thing. It's like maybe if you have an insane amount of burst damage and you can get through them, but Timber Source, they tend to be a bit tanky.
To the impurities.
It's just maybe that's what the Viking were thinking, that it should be an easy pick. Because like they admittedly do have a lot of magical damage, right? The Lesh, the Lina, even the Mars's combo. But even just having that Hood of Defiance seems to just make Mind Control defy death.
Under attack.
Yeah, I mean the Hood, the mech, right? It's just it's not the best thing to guy. You can see though the one thing like for Nigma, I mean we has pretty much become sort of a support here. That they're pretty much gonna have
Radiant's
these
bottom tower
Rana, Tiny, and Magnus.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's gonna be Miracle to some extent, Mike. Potentially we on the back of some fights he could start to scale, you know, once again if he gets
Miracle. Miracle's in trouble. First life gone.
Radiant's
And when he comes up, they've got plenty of trees to aim for. Arena as well will go down, pins into the wall. No way to save him. They just feed over both lives there because they shoot two heroes top. They're going to find more. Movement 4. They also see mind control. They think they have the magic damage without the Laguna, and they are right.
Miracle had the BKB on the curve flying out to him. He was just a little bit too far up. So they get to initiate onto him before he gets the BKB. The courier was still on the BKB was still on the courier, so he couldn't activate it like right after the SD. He just right at the respawn, and because of that they get to start him up to the T, and I mean he's just dead before he can pop that BKB. Damage. Yeah, Viking. I mean, look at Shad now. He's getting very close to this.
Exactly. And then, you know, how do you kill him? Even if you RP him, right? Like, he should have enough health, especially with Omni Knight, that unless you've got a way of getting through that evasion, your spend can't carry that one-on-one engagement.
Illusion.
I guess the other kind of interesting thing is, like, how does Nigma, like, who can actually safely push out these waves? Because we just saw how easy and how far from in the tree line Viking can initiate these fights.
I think the thing is you have to be fast when you Tiny can Avalanche, Toss combo, you can have Magnus, or they can push out waves. It's just you don't want to show on the waves.
No, even mind control is kind of reaching a point where it might be a little bit risky because of the influx of gold Viking again.
Dire are
Influx,
scanning.
boom.
Radiant are
Is he
scanning.
gonna give an injection of cash? Enigma, it looks like he will cancel the TP way too late. Easy pick for them with a double stun.
Yeah, nice find by
Should have enabled them to push onto this tower. They did use the God Strength, so they kind of have to find max value. Viking,
Radiant's top
understandably, going to
tower
kind
is
of dodge
under
that area. It looks like Shad, after the BKB, is going towards that infamous Ags next.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I don't know, I'm why you
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
dodge the send.
I think so. Like, I think it is theoretically
Should be possible.
Because it's not about the kill another target aspect here, right? Because like if you think of Nigma's heroes, they haven't got like these two super squishy supports that you can exploit for quick cooldowns.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Mirana can definitely die quite easily. I feel like an abyssal. Very nice.
Hello. On the way. Control's way too good. Tiny still not getting to play his game. The Essence Ring wastes a bit more time, but death is an inevitability for the mid lane of Nigma. They will at least get the rest of their heroes out, and they need to. Toby was ready to jump again with that play.
It's looking amazing for. They need to get the Sven to this AC, get some sustaining as the PA. He also needs them.
So not a lot.
Not a lot, but not a little. Still,
It's not like doubling his net worth. I mean, yeah, it's a miracle we're talking about.
8 to 9k worth of.
Yeah. Just 2 items, not even double digits. The problem is how many items Shad's going to have by the point you reach
Dire's
that.
top tower
Like probably
is under
Ags, and
attack.
he'd maybe be on an abyssal after this when you were talking about having those 2 items finally.
Dire's
But that smoke
structures
been
are
moving.
fortified. Dire's top
I don't know if this feels too premature though, because by the time they arrive, the arena is going to be available. They don't know where Toby is either. And they are about to run into a pincer here. Toby, they jump in. He did get the BKB out. They're going to chain something. He's finally going to be there. Spear to get Miracle away. He did use the God Strength. They're poking him prone, but they need it back up here. They're going to shotgun down onto him, but it's not enough. BKB, jump in, stun on the Celery. Guardian Angel out just in time. He's going to live. They need to get on right now. Mind Control will turn around and clean up Celery, but he's already done his duty. He will fight back to continue it. On the other side of the fight, We has been found. Will be run through and killed as he's pinned up against the wall. Miracle's just being carried out. Shadow go in. He looks for the straight for the throw. He wants to end this one live right now. They'll at least find the kill on the Mind Control. RP Kuro goes in. Skiro only connected on one though. PA is going to be fine for the moment. She's able to move away. They do find the track kill. GH moving in now into Aramis. Aramis trying to retreat. Can he move quick enough here? He's hit up the Spirit Vessel. Is going to be a nice save there from Celery to try and save him the Heavenly Grace. They renew the Spirit Vessel and move forward. They need one more click to finish him off. He has got the LSA, but no chance to turn around. He just has to try and waste that time, move into the tree line, and get everyone else out. Arrow will connect. Beautifully done long range by GH to enable the dieback kill on the Celery.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, if you're Nigma right now, the best thing that can happen after that Amazify is Roche respawning instantly. We'll see if they get that lucky in just a few seconds.
Again, Kuro coming in clutch. Kind of the savior of
Radiant's
this
top tower is under attack.
game. The big RP there. Celery got the
Heavenly
GA
Grace
off. Yeah, he got the GA off right before he died, so the PA
that
is
one.
protected. And Miracle was unable to his kind of BKB timing. So he
Just a little bit of punishment for Kuro for the good job he done. Toby has his BKB, so he's not going to hemorrhage a kill in response. But we might. They already threw out the stun. They're going to try and throw through the arrow, but the BKB's been used. He is tanky, a lot of armor, no chance to blink away. He's gone. Just as quickly as Nigma strikes, Viking strike back, and they're not done. They find another one. They pin him against the wall. They clean up Mind Control. This PA is getting out of control.
Yeah, and Shad, he doesn't have to rely on having. He has the Lightning Dagger, the Phantom Strike, so 5 second downtime.
They're going to be lower soon. He's just 200 gold off the axe now.
Is under attack.
So, proven that, you know what, this build can work pretty well. The way he kind of weaves in and out and around about the fights.
Dire's
When you've got an Aegis and Cheese in the equation as well, you got to question how Nigma can fight this. Timber's still down for 20 seconds. Smoked up and moving. Arrow. I'll say thank you for the assistance with Roche. Nice stun by Aramis to stop any initiation. Kuro's trying to go in with a blink. RP's going to come out. He doesn't get the Aegis, but he gets a cheese. He at least takes one thing away. He looks to run away, but he is going to leave Miracle behind to die at this rate. He needs some assistance and out, and he will find it as We is able to toss him away. Still, good move by Kuro to secure one of the two things on the ground there.
Yeah, the toss onto the leaping Mirana, so he gets just that little bit further away. You know, everything to protect.
Radiant.
Yeah, he manages to get the cheese. It was so close to him actually being able to done the cheese.
Some of that pesky stats resistance makes it a little bit too goddamn annoying, and he understands there are limits to what he can achieve there. It does mean they do not have RP for 80 seconds still, so Viking could try and exploit that. But obviously, you know, you really wanted that cheese, maybe for your Leshrac, who could still be a vulnerability in your lineup.
Yeah, he did get the Bloodstone though. He also went for both the strength and the armor talent, so the Leshrac is not gonna go down all that easily. Even if the Sven is swinging, it's gonna take a little while. But...
No, let's see if he gets even more fortunate at this stage of the game, because we're under tier 3 neutrals. If he gets a Kragiko, we've seen it too often on Leshracs. A kill that should be somewhat feasible becomes almost impossible. The kill that is easy, however, is Kuro if you can find him in time, but not quick enough on the fingers. He does blink away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Split push action coming out from Nigma, trying to force Viking back to their base. Aramis is sitting here, ready to punish anyone who steps up. But they're going to keep the rest of the team near Nigma's base.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Aramis just got clipped by the avalanche. If he connects with that stun, we is dead again.
Yeah, we though really not having the getting
About to
more
become the
than
pulse
double.
for Tiny.
He's the. I mean, if you look at the net worth, him and GH are they're pretty much at the same.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's only level 14. Kuro level 15.
What about it?
GH sitting
not
on
having
level
a-
16.
Not having a creek.
No, and the thing for Celery is he doesn't care that he's a low level with them as well, right? Like, because once you have level 12, you more or less got what you need as an Omni Knight to function. Anything beyond that is a bonus.
And speaking of neutral items, if you know.
Well, if you look at this fight, Shad, he's got a DD. They do get rid of the Stormhammer at least, but he might try and pick one off here. They are coming. Decide against it. It's a little bit too awkward of initiation. Were you about to refer to the Titan Sliver and Kragiko and Orbit Destruction that Viking got? Because I'm seeing a few.
Got a couple decent. I really like the pickup though from.
Oh, Mind Control is kind of dangling here, but they jump straight past him onto Kuro, trying to control up. The arena is thrown down. Toby's able to sidestep the arrow. BKB's activated. Miracle has to stand and fight, but how does he actually control these heroes right now? Toby is just staring right at him. He's like, hit me, bro. I want you to fight me because I'm trying to pick off your supports to the backline. This is the Shad, which he will do. Kuro is down. Buyback comes out from Weird. He's also fallen here. Toby being brought low, but they haven't done enough work. The spear gets Miracle away from him. Stun control looks good on the Shad. They're trying to get rid of the first life, but can they get through it? Yes. They bring him down once. How do you do it twice, though? Boom. Forces the cheese to be eaten. Miracle is chasing for the Bloodstone is active, but the arrow is coming out, and boom, is gone. They're able to find the pick. Toby also way too close to the sun. Might get burned here. Spear to push Miracle away will not stop the rest of Nigma from striking back. Aramis able to move away. Celery won't be so lucky. And what looked like it actually might start to slide Viking's way. The longer these fights go on, Nigma proves that they can take the advantage.
They did commit 2 buybacks though. Both crew bought back in that fight. At the end of it, yeah, you lose a couple members, but you forced out some pretty important buybacks. And that is still gonna keep on scaling here.
Yeah, he's chugga-chugga-choo-chooing all the way to the bank at this point. Going towards the Satanic next, which, I mean, with that Omni Knight, I don't know how you stun him. I don't know how the hell you get that kill on him. You probably need everyone else on his team to be dead. But the question is whether you can burst everyone on his team quicker than he can burst you as he's going on a mind control. Avalanche toss to try and get him away. They don't want any of that. The problem is that mind control is still seen and will not be heard for much longer. Shad can't finish it off. Could not get another crit. He just has to back away as Miracle is running towards him.
Yeah, that 67 armor on mind control helping out quite a bit against the Greaves. Additional plate mail that he did fair just yet. Correct. But I think that the fight that we just saw, where they bought back on Kuro and Weeha, I think that fight only goes that way also. That gone, it's gonna be a lot easier for that to just try to jump the Sven. The reason I thought that it would be nice for him to get an Abyssal, I feel like he could either just jump the Magnus and try to just kill him before he gets to... I think there's definitely a possibility since Magnus is quite squishy, but also just to be able to man fight the Sven, even if he gets to this end. If you have the Abysso, you can just use the Abysso during sort of the BKB and then start hitting him, and you're gonna bash and he can't really man fight you.
We'll see if the lack of lockdown on the Phantom Assassin is going to hurt him, because the fight is coming. Mind Control chases in. They do see Toby, but no way to connect onto him quickly. And they have to be aware that they could be walking straight into the jaws of Viken. Decide against pursuing this. They just want the outpost for the moment. Shad was lingering nearby.
Dire are scanning. Shadows take us.
They just don't want Mind Control. They've learned their lesson. They learned it in the early game. It's a good idea to learn it early. It doesn't bite you in the ass at crucial fights. Do not initiate on the Timber.
Mind Control is, he's dangling, so just trying to get them to initiate. They don't want to do it, even though he doesn't have any stacks. So sitting at, you know, only 41 armor without the stacks, it's still kind of scary to go on. You really don't want to just, you know, kind of clump up around this guy and get RP, follow up Sven's stun.
Need to find the RP man himself. Kuro, the one that's kind of been salvaging these fights and making sure Nigma has the control to close out kills. If you can snipe him out, still good. Toby being chased onto though. He's got the blink. Doesn't have to use it though. Nice LSA from Aramis to ensure they still have their mobility. Let's jump in on the Toby. They're getting ready to go. Avalanche toss going to come out. Toby Prolo does get the BKB out in time. Marino is going to go down. The stun control out with the Wii as well. They're bursting through quickly. The Tiny is going to fall. Mind Control has been ignored for the moment. And Miracle, he did use a God Strength. He needs to get in out somehow. But Boom's BKB is still running, which means they can't. They have to retreat. Nice pump by Boom to ensure Mind Control wants to leave. Arrow looks nice, but the LSA comes out. Stun Control is there. Miracle in a little bit of trouble. They maybe think about jumping in, but the BKB is going to be there. Boom healed to now. Needs some assistance. There's the GA coming out to protect. And on the back line, Shad, he didn't get connected with a BKB. Trying to move away. Needs to retreat quickly. Barely any help there. The arrow isn't going to work because the BKB is still active. Stun Control is there. On the Celery, they get him. He's gone. They chop through him, and Boom is also going to die. They'll hunt for more as well. Shad's still a little bit too close to the sun. Will be able to get out before being burned. They minimize casualties, but once again, Nigma find a way to salvage the fight.
We're fighting back here. AC on Miracle is helping out quite a lot. The AC and the Shivas in combination, mitigating a lot of the damage that he is able to deal. Him going for this very defensive build with the BKB and the Satanic, not dealing all that much damage that you really would want from your PA at this point. I feel like you need some more damage here. You know, you'd think that with this Orb of Destruction and Desolated, PA would be deep damage, but go for these couple defensive items, you damage input output is coming a little bit lower than ideally have at this point.
You're playing against heroes between 20 and 30 armor on average. That's not even like you're playing the Timber factor, right? So it's like, where is your burst opportunity? You kind of look at the way that fight went as well. Like, he's got these two defensive items in mind, yet it's very clear if the GA doesn't connect onto him, Miracle can still directly fight him and in fact beat him.
Look at this though. That was what Roy has in store. Oh, the 80s and the Ds.
Well, this wasn't the plan. Miracle was like, I'm not buying one of those. Roach is going to give one of those to me. There it is. Ags, Aegis, anything and everything for Miracle, and he's about to hit level 25 soon as well.
Gotta feel really have to buy that Ags. Gets a way to jump in these fights. And the one thing I feel like I'm not sure if they accounted for it, but it's the fact that the Sven, generally he goes in with the stun. Now it's gonna be a little bit different with the Ags, but previously when the Sven has been going in with the stun to get on top of a target and to stun him and to be able to start hitting. Whereas you would want to have the stun for after when the GA comes out so you can table it, but now it's gonna be a little bit different because you have to be even faster on the timing now. It's already gonna be on top of the target and it does deal a lot of damage.
It could make you a little bit more predictable as well, though. That's the double-edged sword here, right? So if Omni Knight isn't scouted out and Celery's just sitting there very calmly sipping some tea, looking at the game intensely with his finger ready on the art button, he could very easily just set up Miracle's own death if he gets too deep.
No, for sure. You have to be very careful who you're going on. Omni, of course, the absolute best target to find.
It's kind of felt like the recurring theme for most of this game is like we've been talking Kuro or Celery. Like whichever one gets found, that's kind of dictate the fight, because all of a sudden the team loses their reset, their insurance policy in these
Radiant's
fights.
middle tower is under attack.
Panic, he also has the Bell Prison. Much lower cooldown now, Cloud Strength.
Oh, nice. 5.6. Yeah, that seems almost 50% stun time at that point. Don't you just love this hero, Pycat? Doesn't he just put a big smile on your face? Balance in all things.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He's quite the force
Really
to be reckoned with,
something.
right?
Something.
He's stunned up. Nice pin against the Barons. And there goes Amplitude. Shotgun him down and below, but Aramis someone kills himself off. They get rid of the first life. They did have to use the BKB in the arena on Toby, though. Arrow will always protect Miracle, and he still has the BKB, so they'll have to let them walk away. But you do defend your base, you do get rid of that Aegis.
Yeah, Miracle didn't want to commit BKB, God Strength, or Panic there, because he wasn't sure whether he would actually die before. Sometimes it's that scenario where you're dying as you get the BKB off, and then you and all of a sudden die again, so kind of playing it a bit safe there.
And now you can make a play. Stranded Toby. Avalanche toss is good enough to get him low. Toby's still alive for the moment, but will die. And they do see Omni Knight. Celery needs to get out of this quicker than that. BKB activated. We need to talk about it. We gotta look for mind control. Controls on the Omni Knight. Gets the most important kill. And now opens up the door to the base. Quick orbit. Powers.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, I don't think Viking are going to try and stop it. You're going to see Shaz just joining some fire and split push now.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
It's not a game-losing fight, but it is going to put you closer when you lose base like this. That's just going to be 2 lanes that Nigma might be able to clean up. They decide maybe they need to be a bit more reluctant about this, though, because the God Strength is now on cooldown. Buyback comes out from the Knights. They dive in. Wee gets hit by the stun. Boom does clip with it. Laguna to shotgun him down. He's gone. Dead for 75. Shad wants more. Won't find it. There's a big buyback, though.
He has officially become the position.
That's exactly.
And GH has passed him effort going towards that Hex, which help you quite a lot. Finding him fights a lot easier. I feel like you gotta give a lot of credit in this game to the way he's playing and the start he had. Starting with that solo kill onto Shad down in the bottom lane. I mean, just going in constantly, right? Always just in the front, up in the face of Viking, making their job to initiate onto all these other heroes much more difficult. Look at the items. He's got the Shivas, the low. I feel like pretty much perfect itemization here. With the Havoc Hammer, he's also dealing quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, he understands that like his job, it's a scout versus like initial frontliner, right? Like all it takes Nigma is say 5 or 6 seconds to follow up, and if you have a hero that can survive that burst against like a PA or Leshrac, it's good enough. And Mind Control, credit to him, he's built a way that allows him to do that. And he's going towards the sheet stick next, so he'll actually dish out additional control. It does get a little bit more scary when you think about this for Shad as this game goes on, you know, with the double sheet potential being there in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and it's just not just for Shad that it's scary. I mean, it's scary for Celery too. Subsequently, it also becomes scary for Shad. If you don't have that Omni to die on, if your teammates are all dead, then you're not gonna feel all that great.
No, well, you can see he's actually now going for the Abyssal, but it's day and night difference having this before the Satanic. Imagine these kind of fights the way it would have went. I don't feel like we've seen this clutch moment where the Satanic has necessarily turned a fight for him yet.
No, and he picked it up so late, right? It was quite a bit after the axe.
I just love that from Wii, the way he just peeks out for a second as he goes up the highest ground with the spider legs. You gotta give him credit. He's always just trying to fish for those kills, but definitely so far it's been Mind Control who's been the deliverer of fish for this team.
I feel like, yeah, Mind Control to me has always seemed sort of the backbone of it. A lot of credit, I feel like, always goes. Team plays this style, but I really feel like Mind Control does the dirty work for the... Does the...
What about we? I guess this is dirty working away. He's tanking the gank, and now they might be in trouble on Viking. They only know that Toby's here, but it should be obvious there's more. BKB comes out from Toby to jump the back line. Avalanche toss. He finds both the supports. Aramis has to fly back straight away. Celery trying to run away, but they're going to jump, but they find him. No way back into this fight. Viking might be a little bit hesitant to play. The RP's going to come out and shout. The BKB is running out soon. He's looking for the kill on Nakuro. He will find it, but now he needs it now. Cross onto Toby, jump forward, Shad in trouble, Miracle with the BKB, the control is good, the Hex is out, he's dead! They find it, they find Toby as well, Miracle is not done there. He sees the opportunity, he hunts forward in the boot, but he goes for Aramis instead, dive back on the Lina, ultra kill for Miracle, and just as you said, it's not always about Miracle, he's gonna make it that way, that's gonna be his rampage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The buyback's coming up, boom! We, in the last minute, may have just given more value to this game than we've seen out of him for 40. They call GG, they know it's over. Nigma take game 1.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, I mean, Miracle, he gets to finish in style, but all that is made possible not only by my control, but also by Kuro, I think, who had a read on the Magnus. I think a lot of these fights early on, I think a lot of the early game was salvaged by both Kuro and Magnus. That fight is so nice because you're